Hello and a very warm welcome to this live on news18.com. Yes, it is time for cricket's biggest event that comes once in 4 years. It's time for the Cricket World Cup, and we are just over an hour away from the first game between South Africa and England. Yes, we're building up to that match, but the excitement has been on for a while. People have been excited about this World Cup. So let's take a look at the two teams today. Let's stack the two teams up for you. It is England versus South Africa. Hosts England, firm favorites going into this tournament. This is a team that has been in exceptional form in ODI cricket. Then there is South Africa. Does not have as many expectations at the moment, somewhat under the radar really, and would be really willing to shed off that choker stag that has been with South Africa for some time now. Both teams have never won a World Cup in the tournament's 44-year history. So this is a huge moment for them. All the hard work and the practice and the transformation that you see with England, all of that comes down to this one moment between England and South Africa, and both teams would want to begin on a high. So both teams would be desperate to start off by winning this game. Let's take a look at how these two teams have played in the last three series. Okay. The first one is for England. They've beaten Pakistan at home. And when I say beaten Pakistan, these guys destroyed Pakistan in the way they've played. They're a transformed side. This is a side that goes out there every time to score a 300 plus total, and they've done it so well. How many of you remember the debacle of 2015 when they lost to Bangladesh in the group stages? I mean, this team was being seen as dour and one-dimensional, slow, did not know what ODI cricket was all about, but they have transformed it. They've completely changed the landscape of ODI cricket in England. They drew the ODI series against West Indies, and West Indies were very happy with that, and sort of an aspirational win for the Windies. They beat Sri Lanka 3-1. For South Africa as well now, they go in as the underdogs in today's game, but they've had a good run in the last three series. They've beaten Sri Lanka at home, they've beaten Pakistan at home, and I know when you look at Sri Lanka and Pakistan, you say, well, they're not the greatest opponents to beat, but hey, they've beaten them. And then they beat Australia 2-1 away. Remember, this was the time when Australia was recovering from that ball tampering scandal. Since then, Australia has also been a different side. They won two series back-to-back against India and Pakistan. The top players for England then, Eoin Morgan, the captain who's transformed it for this team. After that debacle in 2015, Eoin Morgan sat down with the team management and decided this wasn't the right approach for England in ODI cricket. First of all, they stopped looking down on IPL. They said IPL was a good opportunity, a platform for these guys to go out there and perform and beat the world's best. Hence, you have the likes of Jos Buttler doing well in the IPL. You have the likes of Jofra Archer, who got a call-up because of his performance in the IPL. So Eoin Morgan, really the spine, the backbone of this team, the captain of this team. Joe Root, a classy player. Once he drops anchor, there is no way you can stop him. He's just as important to this team, because at one point, you can have these explosive batsmen and Jason Roy and Johnny Bairstow and the others, but what if the conditions are not suitable for that kind of going out and hitting? What then? Joe Root is somebody who's going to help you with that. He's going to stabilize the innings, so he's perfect. And then there is Jos Buttler, really the X factor here. He's been in phenomenal form. Rajasthan Royals know it. IPL fans know it. And when he left Rajasthan Royals, people knew that's what a huge difference that would have made to Rajasthan Royals. So that is Jos Buttler. 110 of just 58 balls against Pakistan, if you remember recently. He is incredible. Top bowlers, Adil Rashid, Chris Woakes and Moeen Ali. Adil Rashid is the highest wicket taker since the 2015 World Cup in ODIs. That's how good Adil Rashid has been. And what Adil Rashid re-emphasizes in ODI cricket is that leg spinners are extremely important. He has sort of changed that mindset along with the others, the likes of the other wrist spinners in Kuldeep Yadav and Yuzvendra Chahal. These guys, spinners and especially leg spinners at this point, are extremely important in this World Cup, and you can expect them to do well. Adil Rashid right at the top there. Chris Woakes again, the new ball. will be given to Chris Woakes. He'll be ably supported by Jofra Archer, who was controversially selected for this side. But Jofra Archer, we know, has the talent, he has the skill, he can constantly clock that 90 miles per hour. He's got a yorker, a slower one, and of course the bouncer. So you can expect Jofra Archer to do well, but Chris Woakes there, and then there is Moeen Ali. When you talk of all-rounders, this team again, the English side is full of all-rounders. You've got Ben Stokes, you've got Moeen Ali, and when you say all-rounders, these are real all-rounders. They're not bowling all-rounder or batting all-rounder. These guys can do the job well. They can bat well, they can bowl well. England's batting might, then we've been talking about it, and these stats show you how absolutely brilliant England have been. 5 350 plus totals in 2019 ODI cricket. What, we are in May right now? So that's just 5 months. They've already got 5 350 plus totals and 4 400 plus totals in ODI since 2015. They've already got a 400 plus this year. All of their batting might, though, is largely dependent on their openers. And, you expect Jason Roy and Johnny Bairstow to do well. Who remembers Johnny Bairstow actually changed his bat 3 times while getting to a century against Pakistan? That's how destructive these guys have been. 3 centuries between Jason Roy and Johnny Bairstow in 2019 already. So when you look at this side and you see South Africa, you know this match will be about England's batting versus South Africa's bowling. England's batting might versus South Africa's absolutely phenomenal pace attack. Talking points for South Africa then, Dale Steyn missing for the World Cup opener, which was a huge blow for them. You know Dale Steyn is a world-class bowler. You know the kind of difference he can make. Of course, he sustained that injury during the IPL, and he's expected to be fit against India, the match that India will play against South Africa on the 5th of June. But till then, Dale Steyn's out, and that is going to have some kind of impact on South Africa. But Faf du Plessis making it clear that you've got to do what you've got to do. So if the player is unavailable, you just have to make do with who you have. So you look at the lack of expectations for South Africa batting, which is something that may actually be a positive for them. That not many are expecting a lot from them. And that's when you go out there, you don't have the pressure of expectations, which England do, by the way, because they are the hosts, they know the conditions, a lot is expected out of them. So that is a contrast there between England and South Africa, and this lack of expectations from South African batting may be a good thing for them. Okay, de Kock's superb form. The last series that he played against Sri Lanka, he's got 100, 350s, and he's unstoppable. On top of that, you saw him do well in the IPL as well for the Mumbai Indians. The other thing is, as we keep saying, this is about South Africa's bowling. So you have an Imran Tahir, Kagiso Rabada, IPL. They were the 2 highest wicket takers in the IPL. They were unplayable. Imran Tahir was unplayable in Chennai on that pitch. And remember, the pitches, the wickets here in England are going to be dry. They're going to be slower. There is going to be some movement because if it's an early morning start, you'll see some kind of swing. But towards the latter half of the day, it'll come down to the spinners. And a lot of cricket pundits have been talking about how this is going to be a spinners tournament. So you can expect someone like an Imran Tahir with the experience he has and the variation he has for him to do well. There is Kagiso Rabada, of course, who will be supported by Lungi Ngidi. And these guys, are express bowlers. These guys are difficult to play. They're yorkers, and you remember, I don't know if you guys are watching the IPL, but I can't forget Kagiso Rabada in that super over for the Delhi Capitals. Absolutely phenomenal yorker that he bowled to Andre Russell. So you can expect that kind of performance, and that too in death overs and situations when you need to get your yorkers right. Expect Kagiso Rabada to deliver. There is top pacers. They're coming back from injury. Now that may be a slight problem for them, that you have a Kagiso Rabada who was injured. He's recovering. Lungi Ngidi was recovering. Dale Steyn is recovering. So how are they going to be? Because you know that when you're recovering, you're not, you have a problem with the rotation. You're not sure of your bowling. So that'll be one of the things that they might be slightly concerned about. The top players then, For South Africa, the batsman, Faf du Plessis, and the captain leading from the front. He has been in good form. JP Duminy, they're all-time performer for South Africa. And then Quinton de Kock, as I said, he is in form. So when you look at their batting, and after having beaten their opponents in the last 3 series that they've played, which is Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Australia, you know that their batting is good. It's just that when you look at the batting, you don't have now the likes of A.B. de Villiers, Jacques Kallis, you know, people who were stars, you know, in a sense, who you looked forward to in world cricket. So that could be one of the things why there isn't a lot of expectations put on their batting, but this is good, solid batting lineup. The top layers when it comes to bowlers, sadly for the South African fans and for Dale Steyn fans, he is out for the first 2 games, but he has been phenomenal in ODI cricket. There is Imran Tahir and Kagiso Rabada. I've been talking about them, of how good they've been recently, and how for all the openers of oppositions, these guys would be difficult. Kagiso Rabada especially, and Lungi Ngidi. Now, likely playing 11 then for England, and this is what we believe is the correct combination. Of course, we don't know, you know, as the tournament progresses and how the players perform, this will keep changing. But Jason Roy, Johnny Bairstow right at the top, there is no question there. These guys, and if South Africa can get an early breakthrough, it's going to make a huge difference for South Africa's confidence, and it's going to dent theirs. So Jason Roy, Johnny Bairstow, get them out early and things might still work for you. That's the suggestion for South Africa that I think everybody would be given. There is Joe Root, Classy Joe Root, Owen Morgan, Joss Butler, Ben Stokes. Look at this team. Jofra Archon can bat, and that is their number 10. Mark Wood, probably not, but you're looking at your 10 and Jack probably being the ones who are not being able to bat, but still I would still think that this team has batsmen all the way down, so they bat really deep. You know, if someone like a Johnny Bairstow will not get you, then Joss Butler will. If Joss Butler won't, then Ben Stokes. If Ben Stokes won't, it's Moeen Ali, and the list goes on. So this team, as the English fans have been saying and have been talking about this, that this is their best opportunity, because this is an extremely balanced side. This is a team that has all their bases covered. Between Mark Wood and Liam Plunkett, that's one option for the playing 11. Mark Wood, again, recovering from an injury. He was, he was declared fit, so that is one of their options. But for me personally, I would think that Liam Plunkett will get a look ahead of Mark Wood. Then the likely playing 11 for South Africa, Hashim Amla, all that controversy over his form, his personal mental state. His father has been extremely ill. He's put all of that aside. He scored 2 back-to-back 50s in the warm-up game, saying, hey, I'm Hashim Amla, I'm a classy batsman, it's World Cup time, I'm going to be there and I'm going to be performing for my team. So South Africa and South African fans would be extremely thrilled with Hashim Amla getting the runs. There is Quinton de Kock, and a lot will depend on Quinton de Kock because he is their in-form batsman. He is also the aggressive batsman that South Africa has in their lineup. There's Aiden Markram, who can be a solid number 3 for them. Faf du Plessis against among the runs. He's somebody who did well even in the IPL for the Chennai Super Kings. There is David Miller. When he gets going, you know, he can be as aggressive. He can hit them out of the park. There's JP Duminy. There is Felukwayo, who is their all-rounder. Chris Morris comes in place of Dale Steyn. There's a choice between Chris Morris and Pretorius, their other bowler. And I would think that they'd go in with Chris Morris, Kagiso Rabada, of course, and Lungi Ngidi and Imran Tahir. So that has been the likely playing 11 that we think for South Africa. It is time for the games to begin. All the talk should be over. In just an hour from now, we are going to get these 2 teams to play the first match of this IPL. This is Meha Bhardwaj. We have been getting this for you, and throughout the World Cup, this 46 days, we're going to be here getting you all the latest from the world of cricket, from the Cricket World Cup in England. You can write to us, you can comment on our videos, you can subscribe and follow us, news18.com. We're going to be on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you name it, we're going to be there, and we'll get you all the latest. So be with us and join us for our coverage here. For now, goodbye. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this presentation, and I'll see you again tomorrow.